All right, our final question.
Ask me some more questions about people I've never met and things I've never seen.
Well, we'll see what you know.
Go
about
ahead,
this
I
one.
dare you.
This next question is sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com.
The last question is the one you're talking about, the last one?
I believe this is the last one this week. I mean, we can keep going.
No, that's all right. I'm sure everybody's got things to do.
This was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Jonathan Matthews. I was recently watching videos on YouTube about gimmicks considered for other wrestlers, and it said that Jim was told to approach Chris Jericho to sign with the WWF to take up the Goon gimmick. My question is there any truth to this, and does Jim remember having to talk to Jericho about it?
No. No, there's no truth. What the fuck? Okay, backing up, we talked about these goofy gimmicks a little bit earlier, but the Goon was Bill Irwin. A good old Dr. Bill Irwin, who had also been, he and his brother Scott had been the Super Destroyers, and he was a veteran, and we wanted to bring some guys in when the roster in 1996 was very thin, and we were trying to have better matches on television without giving away all the main events that we could put together for free. So we wanted to bring in veterans to be like a B level where they beat the underneath guys. They got some wins on television, but they would have more competitive matches with the more main event guys on TV and lose. Bill Irwin had been around forever, great worker. Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy. Tracy Smothers, who, as we all know, became Freddie Joe Floyd. Alex Porto, who was really the best young wrestler of the bunch out of them, in great shape. Work was fabulous, and he never really got the chance that he worked a number of places, but never really got featured like he should have been. He became the Pug because he was an amateur wrestler. They took shit out of everybody's background. Remember, Tom Brandy became Salvatore Sincere because he was Italian. And Tony, because his father was a plumber, became a plumber. And Tracy was a rib on Jack and Jerry Briscoe because their real names were Freddie Joe and Floyd. Irwin became the Goon because he was from Minnesota and played some hockey at one point in his life. So then he has to fucking go in the ring in those goddamn stupid boots, gimmick to look like they had a fucking hockey blade on the bottom of them. And but no, once that gimmick was over with, it was put away, never to ever be resurrected. We never suggested to Chris Jericho that he should come in and be the Goon. Maybe somebody made that up because his father was really a hockey player, but no, by the time that Jericho came to the WWF in 99, 99, all but 2000 Y2J, he had been used pretty well in WCW. They weren't going to make him a fucking job guy. He came in with a world of push, and previous to that, any talk to Chris Jericho, the last thing that they would have done if they talked to him about coming in would be to say, we want you to come in as the Goon.
Did you ever approach Chris Jericho in between the end of Smoky Mountain Wrestling and when he started in WCW in 96, 97? Did you ever talk to him at all about coming in?
I'm trying. I bet Lance, I don't know if Chris remembers. He's slept since then. Lance Storm might very well remember because I'm just trying to remember what they would have been doing at that point. If I'm pitching to them in the WWF, bring in Tony and Tracy and those guys, Lance and Chris had to either have a contract or be doing something for me not to. Well, I wouldn't have asked them to come in and be a goddamn, higher level enhancement talent.
Chris worked Japan, and then in 96 he was working for ECW.
You know what? That may be what it was. If Chris was in ECW, I wasn't going to say, well, fucking go down and steal him and bring him here. If somebody was in a territory then, until they made the deal where they ended up taking some of Paul's guys and giving him some money for it. But I don't remember what Lance was doing right at that particular point. But I'm sure their name, but a lot of guys, I brought up a lot of guys' fucking names, and it never led anywhere.
Did you ever stop bringing up names when you saw the way they were used?
Well, yes. After that round of gimmicks and what I saw when Al Snow, when he became Avatar and then Leaf Cassidy, and poor Candido became a Body Donna, I stopped fucking bringing guys' names up because I didn't want them to hate me forever. So yeah, the last year and a half, especially when I was off the creative team and had absolutely not only zero control, which I had over how guys were used, but even how they were talked about in the meetings. You know, I would put guys' names in as far as doing television, because I just want some of those guys that I just wanted to get exposed or seen or, you know, extra work for because they were good quality guys. But if for a while there, if I thought they could be a star, I'm like, fuck, I just hope they go somewhere else and be a star, because I was scared to fucking what they would do to them. And you know, Glenn Jacobs scared me for a long time there too, both the Isaac Yankem and then the fake Diesel. You know, it was a constant stomachache to see why the fuck they you know, at the same time as Vince would cater to these fucking prick main eventers he had, the fucking assholes in the Clique, or the assholes in the NWO, or the assholes in whatever the fuck. But young guys that want to work and succeed and do have the talent and won't be a pain in the ass, it was like pulling teeth, no pun intended, to get them fucking jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, now you really left me in a fine fucking mood here.
Well, let's pick you up a little bit before we play a song or two.